departments, everyone who have contributed to make this thing to be realized today. We pledge as a PCRM to service and maintain the infrastructure MEC. We'll engage our communities to desist from vandalizing this precious infrastructure which is going to be installed here. In those few words, I welcome everyone. You are welcome in this gathering. Thank you very much. Let me take this opportunity and thank the Honorable Mayor for welcoming us in this gathering. I'm giving over to the program director to continue with his program. Now it's time for me to recognize who is here in this gathering. In our midst, we have our Honorable MEC Utatu Mvoko. MEC, just raise your hand so that they can see you, those who don't know. In our midst, we have the Chairperson of the board, Mr. Tai. Just raise your hand to see you. In our midst, we have, on my right side, Executive Mayor of the District, Umama. Can raise your hand, they see you. In our midst, we have Umama Ngcobo, who's a member of the board also, Ngcobo. We are fortunate here at Blue Crane. We have Honorable Mamufa from the National Legislature. There's also Honorable from I don't know whether it's Provincial or National. But we welcome you, Honorable, who are here in this gathering also. Let me also acknowledge our politicians, which has been led by the Chief Whip of the PCRM, Councillor Yantolo, Councillor Brown, the senior, Councillor Brown. It's a family thing, this thing at PCRM. Councillor Nell, and then Councillor Martin, Councillor Kakaka, Councillor Kwacha, Councillor Songwa. Let me also acknowledge our members who are coming from the different departments, TDEA, PCRM, and other stakeholders. As we are going with our program, we'll be handing over to the Chairperson of the board, Mr. Tai, to give us the purpose of the event, why we are here. Over to you, Mr. Tai. Can you give me a round of applause, please?
Thank you, Chairperson of the session, and good morning to all present today. My task is simple. I need to tell you why you are here, the purpose of our being together. And the purpose is very simple. We are celebrating a victory. We are celebrating a victory that has been long in the making. So let me start with protocol and ask of the program director to allow me to recognize the following stakeholders present here today. The Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, the Honorable Fikile Majola, who is not physically with us, but there is an engagement on his behalf. The Member of the Executive Council, Honorable Mvoko from the DEAT, our Members of Parliament, the Honorable Gancho and Princess Faku, Sarah Baartman District Municipality, the Executive Mayor, Sis Eunice Kekana, and councillors of Sarah Baartman District Municipality. The Chairperson of the session, the Speaker and Mayor of Blue Crane Municipality, and all the councillors, the DEAT management, the South African Police Service, members of the public, and especially the members of the local business fraternity. I acknowledge your presence and I welcome you as well. Now, we started the agency in 2012 and we started operations in 2014. At that time, the MEC was the CEO, and their main task was to put in place the operational mechanisms, the infrastructure, and the policies. And as you would know, that is a painstaking and a long process. That has been done, and we have arrived at this point. At this point where we can truly say that the development agency is an agile, willing, well-skilled entity that can drive economic development for the district. Now, as much as you are technically competent and you have a willingness, you cannot achieve a functional development agency without dependable, stable political leadership. And that leadership has come to us by the Sarah Baartman District Municipality Troika, who supported the agency when times were tough and people were asking hard questions of us, legitimate questions. People were getting impatient that we invest and where's the return on investment? And we took a long time. And I've dealt with this before. But the Troika stood by us because they realized that when you deal with infrastructure development, with catalytic investments, you don't invest today and show a return tomorrow. It's a long-term commitment. And they stood with us, and it took many years for us to arrive at this point of one significant victory. So I want to publicly acknowledge that support and commend the political stability of our district municipality, because that's a key ingredient if you want to catalyze economic development. The current management team has now inherited this infrastructure and this operational systems. So now they need to implement. And today's gathering is proof that that implementation has started. Briefly, we are focusing on 4 main tasks as the current leadership of the District Development Agency. We forge links with national departments to link up to their programs, especially their funded mandates. We engage with our local stakeholders, the private sector, because you cannot do this alone. Not you, not us. We have to be a coordinated collective. We continue, Madam Mayor, to forge our international relations. Dr. Albert Yu was here, our point man with our relations with China. The CEO is dealing with Germany and Switzerland. And in due course, we will release more information about those engagements. Not too long ago, the mayor visited us and imprinted on us the following to say, all your programs are good and well and we support that. This district is facing a major water crisis. So she requested the agency to put special emphasis on that. We are in the process of recruiting technical experts to put together this district-wide mega plan to decisively deal with our water shortage and the water crises that erupts from time to time. We need to resolve this once and for all because water is life. Everything depends on water. We have engaged with Road University and Makanda municipality. We are establishing an incubation hub where we take ideas from especially young entrepreneurs, we link it up with research from the university, and we incubate those programs. That program is well on its way, and we need 100 million rand to fully operationalize that, but we are busy with that. The issue of exporting of beef from our district to China is ongoing. Dr. Yu is here, he's driving that project. That is a massive opportunity for both subsistence and commercial farmers so that we access the Chinese market and we bring in that valuable foreign currency that our district so need. We have put up a high quality airport and we've had some unfortunate incidents with that. And it would be a miss of us as leadership not to address that. The industrial park, this coming infrastructure in the airfield is an asset of this community. If something is your asset, you embrace it, you support it, and you protect it. I'm very happy to see a strong presence of the South African Police Service here, many councillors. I must implore everybody here to embrace this investment because it is such a catalytic investment into this area. I mean, you sit on an area which is, I think, unique in the world. You have, within a 20 square meter radius, you have 4 biomes. This mountain is a massive asset. And the infrastructure that we're bringing is to unlock various sectors of what you already have. So it takes the local business to take charge of the task given unto them last night by the MEC to say, organize yourself into a business chamber, make it all inclusive, have a focus, partner with the local municipality, and the Kakadu Development Agency will be your dependable partner.
Let's give him again a round of applause, please. Thank you very much, Chairperson of the board, for outlining and also emphasizing the issue of the community of Blue Crane must take care of their assets. We need not to vandalize these assets. Currently, we are sitting with the airfield, which has been vandalized in terms of the fencing. It is upon us to make sure that what has happened in the airfield doesn't repeat here in this industrial park. We should take the ownership of our assets. The government cannot afford each and every asset where there will be a security. As a community members, we need also to be security in terms of our assets. Thank you very much, Chairperson, for your information and also instruction. Can you go down with our program? Now I'll be calling the executive mayor of the Sarah Batman District Municipality to give us a message of support. Umama ukekana. Ungamdeleli umbone mfutshane. Hayo into esaphuma apha ivuthi. Over to you. Masimqabeleni izandla before.
Ziyatshisa ezi zinto yo inene zenze nezipedicles ungaboni kube ngathi uniswekile. Let me start with you, MEC, although Mayor, you tend to be the MEC also. Our Honorable MEC Tatumvoko, Member of Parliament Mamufako, the councillors are with us. I thought MEC will all be here so that we know exactly what our mandate is and how we need to forge it forward. The board members, or I'll say the directors, the chair is here, Mama Ngoduka with her legal expertise in the board is here, Umama Kuberg in a higher position that can make us to be the game changer is here with us. Utatutai I've already identified, as well as the Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Blow. I know there are others who are coming from the District Development Agency. The office of the MEC that is led by the DG, and also the office of Sarah Bartman, the officials are here. The office of the mayor is here. So we are all here, as well as media. MEC, as we have already alluded yesterday night, this is something that we'll never forget. Because we need to start somewhere in order to get somewhere. Today, as I'm welcoming everybody, my apology if I didn't identify you. That is why it is best to say protocol observed. We are here today, assembled under the foot of Boschberg Mountains, a city city Kukwano Joli. The purpose, correctly as it was said, it is to chart the way forward for post-COVID-19 economic recovery for the area. Honorable MEC and guests, it is proper for me, before we can start anything, to give respect and thanks to all those who are our fourth liners on the work that they've done. They've sacrificed themselves. They forgot about themselves. They acted selfless in order to save the people of our district. In those roadblocks, during the nights, in order to make sure no one comes in, not to come in, not to spread the virus, but to flatten the curve. Honorable MEC and guests, as I'm talking today, we had a meeting yesterday whereby the stats on COVID-19 were pronounced. These stats were up to the 10th of September. When we started testing, we had a number of 35,673 in the district. Positive cases, which gives us a 17% of the number, is 6,159. Recoveries, that is why I thank all those who took broad steps in order to flatten the curve. We are at 94.6% on recoveries, which gives us 5,824. Active cases, 111, and that is 1.8%. Wow. Deaths, which we did not expect, and we did not want to have any deaths, but unfortunately, we do have deaths. They are 224, which is 3.6%, of which as a district, we always extend a word of sympathy to all those families that have lost their loved ones because of the pandemic or the virus. In the district as well as Blue Crane, our stats has decreased. Honorable MEC, we used to say, how do they do it? At Blue Crane, at Johnsonville, at Ngcobo. But it was just 1 week and the numbers increased. But I must say, there's a drastic regression that we have experienced at Blue Crane, of which we always say, as we say that we flatten the curve, we manage the extension of the virus or the spread of the virus. Please, let's keep on in implementing the lockdown regulations. Keep the distance, have your mask on, always wash your hands. Honorable MEC and guests, the World Bank has published its latest Global Economic Prospects report for June 2020, painting a bleak picture for global growth amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The bank's baseline forecast for global growth shows a 5.2% contraction in global GDP in 2020. In February, the economics predicted that the South African economy would grow by 0.6%. That is the average number by the end of 2020. Factoring the impact of COVID-19, the same economists predicted that the economy will contract by 8.1%, which is a minus of 8.1%. The human species, and particularly South Africans, we have proved in the past to be a resilient people that have overcome worst human condition imposed on us. History tells us that we survived the Spanish flu pandemic, in which it is estimated having taken 300,000 lives. Those people died within 6 weeks. Our forebears survived and soldiered on. Therefore, we shall also rise again. We shall fight COVID-19 and we shall go back to where we were. In 2012, the Sarah Baartman District Municipality, correctly as the chairperson of the agency have alluded, took a resolution to establish and register a district-wide agency called the Ngcobo District Development Agency. The agency's sole purpose, its existence is to work with the district and its local municipalities to attract investors and grow the economy of the district in those areas in which we have both the competitive and comparative advantages. Today we are at Blue Crane Municipality celebrating the fruits of those decisions. This therefore says, as I said, political leadership is important. Therefore, the hope it is to be an ongoing groundbreaking achievement across the length and breadth of the district by the agency to develop much needed economic infrastructure and investment. Chair, this is what I always, when I meet with CFO and say, Doc, this is our district. The regression of the economy of this district will be asked from me and you. We must devise means. The Kucha Development Corporation and East London IDZ have clearly demonstrated the importance of investing in economic infrastructure for investment promotion. We thus urge the local municipalities to work together with the district and its agency in identifying municipal-owned land pockets that would be transformed into productive assets that create new industries and jobs as well. Honorable Mayor, that is our task. When we met with the Deputy Minister, Ngcobo, Honorable MEC, we said, Ngcobo, it has been more than 20 years. By the time I arrived at the district municipality, there were discussions. Mayor Mvoko was the mayor, now the MEC. Engagements with Transnet on pockets of land that they are having, on infrastructure, because there are houses that they are having. Honorable MEC, asikabi kondaweni. Last time when we were here with the former Premier, Tatu Pumulo, there was a guy who said, you speak to the wrong people. I'm the correct one. I took the card, everything. I gave it to the legal person. The legal person said, this is the same person that we are sitting in meetings with. If we have this high expectation, honorable members, I thought all mayors would be here, whereby the agency and its municipalities are to look at the catalyst economic development in their local spaces. The time is now to walk the talk. But there was a commitment that was done, which every municipality agreed upon. We will put 1% of our budget towards the agency and identify a project. Tatumvoko sisahuqa ke. Sisahuqa, asikafiki apho. But it is to revive that commitment that we made. Because it would be unfair that it should be said, ziyenzeka eSomerset, kodwa zenzeki phakuthi, and yet we didn't fulfill our commitment. In the last 3 years, more than 180 people were directly employed at Stefanotti Stocks Wind Farm Tower Factory, and 5 local subcontractors were contracted. The Stefanotti Stocks investment in the Blue Crane area was estimated at 32 million. The agency facilitated this investment. That is why we say, working together with the agency, we can do better. The time for silo mentality on economic planning amongst the district local municipality is over. This must then be the fact that what the Presidential Commission Committee have said, under the leadership of our President of South Africa, the Honorable Utatu Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, gave a clear command to all spheres of government to establish district development model across the country. COCTA is the responsible national department coordinating this. Tatumvoko, we already have 3 meetings, meeting with the Deputy Minister, whereby we've outlined what are the key issues that are cutting across. We've met with the mayors to identify and fill in the gray areas that were not there. The next step now, it is to present to our MECs. This model is a call to actions towards improving the coherence, efficiency, and effectiveness in the implementation of the integrated services by all government entities within a district. At the core of this model is a people-centered development approach. Old habits are to die, as local municipalities are to continue to be inward-looking in advancing their own local-based economic development agenda, as opposed to a district-wide integrated economic development planning. For the district to give input to the DDM, it is required that both political and management leadership, including the agency and supported by the entities that talks to your business, the academia, and the NGOs and the CBOs, we are to provide visionary leadership and conviction in investing necessary resources to conceptualize the framework for the DDM. We call on the local private sector partners, both, when I say both, all those that are in business, all those that intend to be in business, all those that are to be in the receiving end, that we are to take the advantage of what is to happen. The infrastructure is there for us. Therefore, we must build and establish new factories which are to expand and to exist. We also make a special call to the youth who have bright business ideas to come forward and engage with the local municipality and district and the agency as well on how those ideas can be turned into viable businesses. This facility is also yours to take up within the space. The district is fortunate to have the Deputy Minister, Ngcobo, as deployed by the President for the district to oversee the implementation of the district development model. We dare not fail the people of Sarabartman district. Without the security of water, as the Chairperson have said, for the entire district, Honorable MEC and MP really will be at a disadvantage because we are popular when it comes to agriculture. Our collective efforts to grow the economy by expanding its agricultural and agro-processing potential as well as human consumption, it will negatively affect the district development model grand plans. In this regard, as an executive mayor of Sarabartman district, I engaged the CDA board and management to prioritize the district water security strategy as an apex project. I am happy that the Chairperson have raised it here, and also the agency is acting on the matter, starting by forging strategic relations with Kucha Development Corporation. By including the district municipality in this tripartite agreement, it is the development we welcome as political leadership of the district await the quick signing of the Memorandum of Understanding to let the work start as soon as possible. We also recognize the agency's working document on the district-wide Catholic Economic Development Program. It serves as a strong basis for engagement by district stakeholders representing a variety of sectors to ultimately produce a refined district development model blueprint document. As I conclude, Honorable MEC and guests, we wish to thank in advance the Deputy Minister Majola words of support to this initiative. We are equally elated that the debt funded phase 1 of this project, which we say many, many thanks. May this continue. We trust together we can do better. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Executive Mayor, for your statement. I don't want to repeat what you have said. Everyone was listening. But we have emphasized the issue of this is one of the catalytic projects at Blue Crane. Also, it's phase 1. As a team now, CTA, BCRM, and Sarah Batman, we need to go and look for phase 2. But we need to check whether phase 1, the outcomes of phase 1, whether what we are aiming to do is going to be realized. Now I'm going to move with my program. Let me also greet those who have just logged in. We are live on Kit Ngesi FM, Bay FM, and Facebook. So I greet those who are viewing this gathering of today. Now I'm going to call the Honorable MEC, the Speaker of the Day. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Yakho. Yenziwa apha elokishini. Don't trust this one that he is using. So, mandisebenzisele yam. Thank you very much, Program Director and Mayor. Thank you very much, Program Director and Mayor. Good morning to the members that have attended today. The Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Princess Faku. Some of you don't know that she comes from here, or she has roots here. So as I left last night, I knew she was coming, and I went to Chikalapa Airport, or the Mazutala Airport, and Chikalapa can figure, Ukona Nyana can try Lango Fiki. Takona Mandi Mnangi, Sexas, or the Sufumelo South Tibanam, Oka Fikile, Ochon, or Akapuma. Thanks, Honorable Faku. The Honorable Member of the Provincial Legislature, Honorable Knutse. Yes, welcome. This is where I come from. Honorable Knutse is my colleague in Bishop. This is where I come from. I seldom come, but today I was compelled to come. Fortunately, when you guys are oversighting this, you will be on my side and say, I was there when it happened. HOD, we will say, I was there when it happened. Welcome, Honorable Knutse. To the Executive Mayor of Sarah Batman, Councillor Kekana, to the Councillors of Blue Crane Root Municipality, the Chairperson of the Board, Mr. Tai, the board members, Umama, Ngcobo, and Umama Kubek. Tell me a shorter man. And a shorter got man. At some point when I used to work for them, there were more than 3 board members. I think we need to analyze what you have a CEO in your board and tell you what you need. I'll not because so we need to look at that. So to the honorable board members, these people employed me, Miki, for six years before I joined you guys at Province. I used to work for them. When I applied for this project, Miki did not give it to us. I had meetings with the MEC, I had meetings with the HOD motivating, the board members know. And as soon as they saw I suspect the application, so I suspect it had to do with me. So, but I'm very grateful that finally the funding has come our way. Senior officials from the provincial government, the head of department of the day, Mama Umama is here, is leading the officials from my department. So whenever you write to me and ask for funds, for money, for projects, you must know there is nothing I can do. I immediately write back to you. Won't do an SMS, I SMS back to you and say, this is my email address. Please put down, whatever you send me as a text, now it must be in the email. And then once the email, I send it to her. Because government doesn't work on SMSs. When the AG comes, we've given them 28 million rand. The application was through a text, then I'm in serious trouble. Or someone wants assistance, and the text, I'm in trouble. I don't do that. I receive your text, take to me the email address, they put it in writing, email it to me, they attach. Yeah. It goes through the process, the criteria that is set. If you meet the requirements, they will consider it. I was Somerset, Pablo, MEC, then therefore Masimnike. So the Bachotu. Was I Jongba? We are fit and ugly with requirements. But fortunately, what I like about them, they will make a follow-up to say, I do tear. I don't show each other. Cousin Bonan Clog, but in Clog in Ngcobo. Oh, wait, okay. Was I to get terror in the application? But they are short up and up. Ngcobo says, opinions will apply and you must apply and we will assist you. So I'm saying this because last night and today I met young women, Mr. Dai, who have very big ideas, and I told them last night that I said, I will link you with her. She will advise you. She will tell you what to do. I'm sure again, and she will tell you where the challenge is with you, whether you're going to be successful or not. What is it that you need to correct before you can be assisted? Very brilliant ideas. I was impressed. One of them is doing products, hair products. She's not linked to Tresemme. She's doing it on her own. And what I like about it is that it's her own initiative, right? She's producing them. Everything is going weird, and she's selling it online. Precisely because of her studies, she did BSc in chemistry. But and when I asked her, she says she has no money. So I said, Nyan, come and issue this so the range of products. I said, you will advise her what to do. Omniant, when I'm saying she's manufacturing detergents and all those cleaning materials. We said, you will have to apply. And you will see if when you apply. I don't know about Leon in this equation, but I suppose that they should be coming through you, HOD and HO. So yeah, we must link Leon with that. So these are good things. You see, I forgot now. I have something to do. Last night, one of the things that excites me is that last night I had a very good and wonderful meeting with the business people. It was a free-spirited meeting where you just spoke. You spoke of the real challenges, and we talked to an extent and understood what are the challenges and what next has to be done here without going through the script. That's why I still have that in my mind of what happened last night. And I'm scripted here, I must talk. But the point is we must make sure that we really look for these entrepreneurs and not the youth that is tenderpreneurs. Abavuka kusasa babe company because we must part on a project demand because immediately parallel company la project uphelile ngabo and they have nothing to do. When there is a youth that is thinking, Silver, what is it that we can do? As the department will support you as long as your project is credible, is sustainable, it meets our requirements. That is what is, that's what we should be doing. Sisonke kwezindawo sikuyo. But ke mandishiye lo ndawo. Greetings to everyone. Today is a very important day for Somerset East, the Blue Crane local municipality, and the broader Sarabatman region. This day marks the handing over the bulk civil and electrical infrastructure for the Somerset East multi-purpose industrial park. Actually, this is where I should be ending, because that's the gist and the purpose of today. That's why we are here. Maybe I pay like a speech. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson Program. But let me continue. It's a significant phase in our quest to enable reindustrialization of this park and thus unlocking economic activities and job opportunities in this region. I said last night, and there are things that we must accept, that they are big boys and they are young boys. What troubled me in the meeting of last night is that here there is no business chamber. We met people with big ideas who have been in the industry, who have been business people for more than 30 years. I grew up here, some of them I know, who have made it in business. If you could have seen the excitement in their eyes yesterday about this project. And some were saying, Missy, now I will be able to get the charter flights to land here for my business, all of them one by one. And I even asked them, to partner with the municipality. That asset is not an asset of the municipality alone. It's not an asset of the agency alone. It's not an asset of the district municipality nor the department. This is an asset of the people of Blue Crane. It is only through partnership that this asset can actually reach its maximum contribution to the economy of a Blue Crane Road municipality. That's what I said. So they must understand, Uba Paya, one of the biggest problems because there was no fence and people put cattle in there and the planes could not land because of the cattle in there. Now that they are going to put fence, the business people must come in and say, what next needs to be done there? What can we do to maximize what this asset is supposed to provide? Because you have an industrial park right where you have an airfield. That airfield was 53 million rand. I was still working for the agency when we built that airfield. 53 million rand, we got money to build it. It was done. It's there now, idle. I'm happy that there's this, because now it's going to revive that. Now we're putting bulbs in there. It's a good initiative. So, I wish to take you through our thinking plans and actions as government and partners in efforts to stimulate economic growth and where the industrial parks fit in the picture. As we emerge from the worst effects of the coronavirus and move to lower levels of lockdown, we are focusing all our energies on recovery from the economic devastation of the pandemic. It's true, Mayor, COVID and Blue Crane route, especially Somerset East. Lekade kukuhle isezantsi nambe ndigoduka frequently ngokusezantsi andayazi kwenzeke ntoni saguquka izitya iBlue Crane route yangunumber 2 kwi-district xa ujonga amanani aseSomerset anyuka abheka phezulu. I still don't know what happened, and I don't want to speculate because of my engagement with that department. It's scary. But hopefully they are addressing that situation. So you are affected in Blue Crane hugely. Nam ukan fikile and visit. I don't visit. I get here, Mamufaku, into the meeting. I go and see my mother and greet her, and then come to a meeting like this. From here, I'm gone. Because I cannot take that risk now in Ukraine. The numbers are shooting, so it's a challenge. So we are emerging from those effects, and I think Ukraine has been affected hugely as well. And through our provincial structures, we are working off a 5-point plan for economic recovery. The plan focuses on equitable and inclusive transformation, digital transformation, industrialization, and support to productive sectors, the mobilization of public investment as a level for growth and economic infrastructure development. Today is a fitting milestone in that the advancement of the Somerset East Industrial Park embodies almost all elements of our economic recovery thinking. I'm sure to a larger extent some of you know about our plans because we present this plan almost every second week to the whole region, the whole district. The investment in bulk infrastructure at the industrial park is a product of the Provincial Economic Stimulus Fund. The fund has its roots in the drive for economic growth that was triggered by the President in 2018 when he put together a range of measures to ignite economic activity, strengthen investor confidence, and create jobs. So the National Stimulus Recovery Plan included the establishment of an infrastructure fund. As noted by the President recently, infrastructure is the flywheel of our economy. And in keeping with the national drive for economic growth, the Provincial Executive Council in its September Lekgotla in 2018 took a decision to allocate funds to stimulate the local economy by targeting key sectors that have a potential to turn around the economy in the short to medium term. This comes in the form of the Provincial Economic Stimulus Fund, which consists of an allocation of about 1.07 billion rand over 3 years. And whose main objective is to fund, implement, and monitor catalytic economic development initiatives and projects aimed at unleashing opportunities that grow the economy, enable economic developments, as well as our growth, trade, and investment. And these activities or initiatives are envisaged to trigger a chain reaction of positive economic outcomes that are far greater than the initial input. Currently, the fund is supporting 15 initiatives in sectors such as ICT, agriculture and agro-processing, manufacturing, oceans economy, tourism, township and rural economies, and the film sector. And furthermore, a key component of the fund is industrialization support. And here we can mention support to the development of the Wild Coast, SEZ, as well as infrastructure investment in industrial parks. So the revitalization of the Eastern Cape State-owned industrial parks remains a key priority to enable re-industrialization of sectors in the province. The main objectives of this province are to accelerate economic development in lagging regions, to support job creation in manufacturing and related sectors, to remove barriers related to infrastructure, market access and institutional and support firm level of competitiveness, to provide new opportunities and support the high growth in the townships, to assist regions to build, strengthen and develop strategic industrial capabilities, and to develop sustainable industrial clusters on the back of the old industrial assets in those regions. So through funding from the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition, the then DTI, now DTIC, and the Provincial Economic Stimulus Fund, 192.9 million rand has been allocated to critical upgrading of infrastructure at all parks across the province. And these parks are Timbaza in Buffalo City, Timbaza Industrial Park, Komani Industrial Park, Vulindlela in Tata, and this Somerset East Industrial Park, which is in Southern Batman region. So the allocation has gone to these parks. And infrastructure projects have already started in 4 of the 5 mentioned industrial parks. As each park will be at a different level of development, it's important to note that infrastructure projects are implemented in different phases. Phase 1, security infrastructure, upgrade, fencing, street lighting, top structure, and critical electricity requirements. Top structure, upper sunshine, top structure. Phase 2, engineering designs and construction of new and existing roads, bulk water supply and sewage treatment plants, or industrial effluent control. Phase 3, upgrading electricity infrastructure and build new top structures in line with the expansion program of the parks. And lastly, Phase 4, the development of sustainable industrial clusters in the parks. So these parks need to be upgraded to provide world-class services to current and future industrial investors in the province. Hence, we are most excited today to celebrate the commencement of the first phase infrastructure project in the Somerset East Industrial Park. I know once they do the first phase, there is hope for the second phase. And under the Provincial Economic Stimulus Fund, the Somerset East Industrial Park has been allocated 28 million rand towards the development of bulk infrastructure and internal services. And the current phase of the development of the park consists of the construction of services for 40 plots within the industrial park. The bulk services construction work entails stormwater, sewage and electricity park services, as well as upgrading of the access road. Now, the Somerset East Industrial Park will now form part of the broader Eastern Cape Industrial Park Revitalization Program to ensure industrialization is achieved throughout the province and not just concentrated in the main economic hubs of the province. So it gives an opportunity for you to be counted amongst those economic hubs of the province. This will represent a considerable boost to economic activities and job opportunities in the region in the immediate and near future. So, I leave you with that would ensure that what would happen in this industrial park would benefit the people of Somerset East. I spoke to the chairperson, I spoke to the CEO, and I said to them this morning, one of your biggest strengths would be to what extent do you consult all stakeholders involved. So you must engage in a rigorous program of consultation. Ingapheleli kuni lento. Funeka niphume ngokunithi izawuchaphazela ubani lento ye-industrial park and do that consultation. I know that 7 or 8 years ago, there was consultation of all of these projects, including the airfield. But now there's money. So when ibize bonke abantu abachaphazela ka-stakeholders, whether ndibona zo one by one or ndibona zo ndawuningi, and to explain that nansi project, nansi funding, kuza kwenzeka loo nto. That is very important. The second one, okay, I said this as a task to the business people last night, that they must speed up the process of the establishment of the chamber. Because in order for this industrial park to perform at a higher level, they need the support of the business chamber. Because those people have been in business for a long time. They have ideas. In Bakazela, you will have about 6 wind farms at all here. Upper Sarabatman is the only district that will actually have 13 wind farms in the province. It's 6 here and 5 on the other side. Zimbini kai notes is the Koha Kokama and here, Blue Crane, which cuts across to the next municipality. But in all, Sarabatman will host 13 of these independent power producers. So they must be called. They must be called, Duma, into a meeting, all 6 of them. We must talk to them, Miki. We must say to them, Nina balapha, intoni le niyithengayo niyithenga phi? Ngephi factory supplier nini? So that we use this industrial park. So that there is no need yokuba as components of those must be bought elsewhere when you're going to have 6 of them here as the independent power producers. The base for the towers of the wind farms were manufactured here by different stocks who left for the Northern Cape. That factory, actually employed so many people from Somerset East, closed down and left Nagutaya in Northern Cape. But we want factories like those to come back. We need to engage, therefore, the independent power producers to ensure that we have that. So many of all of those industries that are here, we must engage them. We might have to get into a program, Mayor, of also looking at all of those manufacturing or whatever industries that we have in town, for them to stop operating next to normal houses, residential areas. Must move into the industrial park. We need to do that. If you look on the other side of town, you have so many of them that are operating there. Here's the industrial park. But that can only happen through engagement. But the second task is ensuring that there is a business chamber here. And the last one is the partnership I spoke about. That the municipality must form a strong relationship with the business people. The role of government, whether national, provincial, or local, the role of government is to create a conducive environment for economic development. That's our role. But now, you can only do that if you have a very good relationship with the business. So you must get closer to that chamber that will be formed. You must establish this chamber. But as you establish it, make sure that you, the business people, must call it, not the municipality. Nina, municipality must call it. Secondly, you must elect business people. As funny reps, the sport reps and all, we want, it's a business chamber. You must elect business people to lead the business chamber. Now, if I can politicians, the councils as we're missing all of our no, we don't want politicians there. We don't want reps of sectors. It's a business chamber. It must be composed of business people, and they must drive it. I don't know. I gave them a time frame, but I'm hoping that they will heed the time frame, and we'll have that business chamber in the shortest of time. Marius, Libala Kambana for business chambers. Ucholinga. So Mr. Cholinga must link Mr. Cholinga with Dr. Blow so that they can talk to the business people, so they facilitate that. I'm doing this, ladies and gentlemen, because if we could do that, it is one good step that will make sure that it will protect this industrial park. One of the reasons why it was vandalized, because it was just there. So once the people of Somerset understand that it is important, it's going to create jobs for them. So I'm asking we're doing this partner with them and ensure because we want to make sure but this asset, now we have two assets that and the total value of the two our assets is now 81 million rand. We can't put 81 million rand down the drain as government. We've got to protect this. Honorable Chairperson, I heard you, Mayor, on the Transnet properties. We're coming a long way with that. I heard you. We might have to have another bilateral on that one. Maybe we will advise me who to speak to assist on those things. I was driving to Willowmore yesterday, and some of the things I've seen with Transnet properties is quite shocking. So, but let me not talk about it. We'll have that bilateral, and Weshout will advise me who to speak to, and then I will also start that engagement that you have been doing so well in Sarah Parkman. I remember Councillor DeForce, who's now Mayor of Bearsnodie, was leading this and went to almost every door of Transnet properties to deal with this. I'm shocked to hear that nothing has happened, but we will do that. Thank you very much, Honorable Mayor and Honorable Program Director.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. Asipinde simkhwabeleni kakhulu. Thank you very much, MEC. MEC will share again homework on those three tasks we need to do. He will ask us what is the progress regarding those tasks. As we are moving downwards now, we are going to the next item. Pipung instead of item, MEC. Instead of item, Pipung. Uzokhumbule ndingumea ndinguspeak. So he later decides into this item. Can we call Umama Ukuber to do for us the vote of thanks?
It's afternoon now. Oh, it's still morning. Good morning, everyone. Hey, the list that Uzi gave me in terms of the very important people that are here, I won't finish it today. So allow me to just highlight those that are very, 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 not that there's no one who is important, but the very, very, very important people in this. MEC, thank you for gracing us. Our Member of Parliament, the councillors that are here, my district mayor that I grew up in front of, Mayor Wetu, Program Director, everyone who's here, the council officials, about HODB2, Omamumiki, everyone, guys, allow me to say all protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I greet you in my wonderful name of Jesus Christ, my Savior. Amen. My task is very, very easy. It's just to say thank you. And I can choose to say thank you and go and sit down, program director. But if I do that, I'll be doing an injustice to this occasion. First and foremost, allow me to thank our Honorable MEC for gracing us. Hey, Puti, we're coming a long way. And not because you are an MEC. I know you from the days of being the district mayor of Icacado. A passionate man, a man of development. It is not by accident that is in that portfolio. I am not buying his face. A humble soul, a person who lives by his word. No one is greater than anyone, Goye. Everybody is equal. The patience in listening. You know, even when he was the CEO in our board, nobody was young to Mr. Ngcobo. Nobody was unimportant to Mr. Ngcobo. Few of his caliber in politics still exist. And I must say, we are really blessed to have you in this portfolio in our province. And I'm praying that the Lord protect you and keep you the way you are. And stay as you are. I don't have words. That is why yesterday you were with us the whole night, irrespective of being cold. Today, you are here with us. And I know, under your leadership, we cannot regress back in economic development. Thank you very much. To our district mayor, I had the pleasure of growing in front of her. She was my teacher in primary. A woman who always fights for the better of everyone. Thank you for gracing us. Thank you for your unwavering support to the agency. It doesn't matter what challenges are coming, but you always is there to support us. Thank you very much, Mayor. The Mayor of Ukraine, our program director, Ngcobo, for welcoming us. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for being the best program director today. I don't want to miss anyone, but allow me to also thank the HOD and the staff for being here. Your staff were working tirelessly to make sure this event today becomes a success. And thank you very much. Mama Princess, a member of the parliament, I didn't jump you, Sisi. Thank you. I know you are so busy. You've got a lot of things to do, but you chose today to be here. It doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you very much. To my CEO, and Nyanga, Mr. Sunshine Blue. And yes, Lento, we seem to have all the people of Somerset East in positions. But it's a discussion for another day. I mean, MEC Somerset, Parliament Somerset, CEO Somerset. You can go on and on. Grafrinet, you only two, but it's fine. To my CEO, you know, CEO, when you were appointed to this position, I was like, we've lost in the board. By the way, he used to be the chairperson of the board. That is why MEC is saying, say short, because we used to before. We drove this agency, guys. We drove this agency. We started by being a preliminary board. And we've been here, I think, for about 8 years or 7 years. When he was appointed, we actually had a difficult task of interviewing him. We were like, hey, man, it brains us, but this is a waste egg. Little did I know you were actually removed to be best placed where you needed most, you were needed most. You took the baton and you ran. Thank you so much. It can be seen even in your staff. You've got the best staff. Yo, my daughter, Uzi, and Mboni up, Unceba, Uluvuyo. Yo, those guys, everything that they touch turns out to be excellent and become a success. Thank you, CEO, and your staff. Thank you, because you have made our job as board members very easy. These days, we come as just, the dignitaries. As much as we are a part of, we are a board that goes deep down, that does development. But because of you and your staff member, everything seems to be easy. Thank you, Putwam. Thank you. Keep up the good work. To the members of the media, I think Benimboni Keith up. Keith, okay. As masked man, senza singa bone band. To the members of the media, thank you very much, guys. Some like you, some hate you. But I must say you are a necessary devil. You become our conscience in difficult times. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the hard work that you do. We do acknowledge you guys, irrespective. Thank you very much. Lastly, to the people of Blue Crane, this is your facility. Even the business people. We can do, and government can do anything. Government can give money. Government can try and do everything. But if the people of the place doesn't make it happen, it's all doom. So it is your facility. You have to look at it. You have to work with the business and community as partners. If you mess it, unfortunately, you will all lose. Thank you very much for everyone who has been here today, who has graced us with everything. Forward we go, never we go backward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mama Kubek, for doing with us the vote of thanks. Now we are coming close to the end of our program. What is left is only 2 items now. According to your program, it's 1. In mine, it's 2 items. The first one, there is a request that we need to go what we call a symbolic handing over of the site. Not all of us will be going to that symbolic handing over of the site. The request is that we request the Honorable MEC, the Executive Mayor, Ngcobo, Chairperson of the Board, the Honorable MP Mamufako, and the Blue Crane Route Mayor, with the CEO, just to go to the handing over, the symbolic handing over of the site. The others will be just left here, and then after we finish, then we'll come back for lunch. But before we go there is a handing over of the items for schools, which the CDA has contributed to the Blue Crane School. Can I request the CEO just quickly to come and do that quickly, and then we go for the handing over. CEO. Uzayithetha ngokwa. CEO, you are going to facilitate. Okay.
Thanks, Mayor Manqweni, for giving me this opportunity. I was not ready for it, but mine is just a small input it relates as we were thinking about this event today. We, as an agency, part of our work, we said we need to symbolically, as a token of appreciation, hand over to the district Department of Education sanitizers for